Over here at the top left on the map, Jungle Basin, our player from Sweden representing TeamLiquid.net.
JinRo.
Down here.
Down at the bottom right, I can do it. We have our very excellent third player.
Next draw.
I'm sorry, Tosis, do you want to do the intro sometime?
No, that's okay. You can do it in places. Anyways, next drug, taking that gold base last game, it was a ballsy move. And what he needed to do, he did. He needed to just crush a Jinro army. Because once you do crush one, then you can hold on to that base. But the first attack out, with that gold base so close, is going to be hard to stop. Jinro, unfortunately, I think did not even realize that he had that gold. I'm going to have to ask him after. But that may have been also a better place to attack.
Oh, yes, certainly.
It's harder to flank when your back is to your base, as opposed to just kind of you're in the middle of the map with your units.
Yeah, very well said. Well, we have the barracks rather on the way. Wouldn't be surprised if we see Jinro go ahead and just make the command center over here. Could get another barracks. I wouldn't count on it, but it's happened.
Stranger things have occurred.
Stranger things have occurred. We did watch the guinea pig play yesterday.
We did.
And he did all sorts of crazies.
He did.
Crazy this, crazy that.
I can't wait till next time guinea pig plays.
You know he's going to have to play is Enoch Foyu.
Yeah. It's going to be a wild game.
He's got to avenge Clyde.
Yeah. It's going to be what guinea pig wants to do. But anyways, we do have a very quick drone scout. Trying to see if he is going for that 2 barracks play. Notices he's not. Notices he's getting a gas. Our Zerg player going hatchery first, because that's what Korean Zergs do.
Spawning pool on the way. SCV just here to move around and scout, gain some intel.
And the SCV just doing some nice light harassment. Taking some minerals. What a thief. Oh, he doesn't get the minerals. Shoot away at the last second.
Here's the factory. Generally likes this wall in, by the way.
It's pretty good.
Now, remember, the hard part for Zerg is to try to get that third base. You have to have perfect timing. You got to figure if you're going to go here, here, or here. Terran generally takes this one, but we have seen Terrans expand here as well.
You know, we've seen a lot of Zergs play very well. You know, on this map, we've seen Lenok play very well. We just saw Xenio play very well here. But it seems like, you know, Terran, they get more and more and more on the map, and eventually they do kill you. You know, that third base for Terran, pretty easy to defend, and from there they stage their attacks. So we'll have to see. Can Drug play really well in these early games and do something? Now, we do see a 4-Marine pressure once again from JinRo.
Let's see if this game turns out differently than the other one.
A very, very fast Roach Warren once again.
Interesting. He likes his roaches. He likes to mass them up and then see if he can
This is a
force his way to get an expansion.
Similar harassment to what we saw from JinRo in that first game. This is something Tarson does all the time. I think he's the first person I ever saw do stuff like this all the time.
Tarson, a very talented Polish player.
And attacking those queens. He's going to be making some roaches, though, and when the roaches are out, he's going to be able to hold on to this quite easily. And he's going to lose a queen.
Nice. Takes out a queen.
A couple Zerglings having a microvac against that, but some roaches are popping out. Oh, he doesn't want to lose that Overlord. And here come the roaches. JinRo going to realize, oh, time to go home.
Looks like we're going to tech lab add-on over here.
Cool. And he does have that command center at his expansion. So right now, we do have a lot of barracks going up. Is he going to go for, well, what is with this Starport Tech Lab? We'll have to see. And here come the roaches.
Oh, Banshee. He wants to get a Banshee out here. Forces are needing Hydralisks or Mutalisks.
Absolutely. The fear of the Banshee, I call it sometimes, Aceless. You have that one Banshee on the map, it's going to be a lot harder to just send a drone somewhere to expand. It's going to kill a lot of Scoutlings. And unless you have Mutas out on the map, the Banshee's pretty safe. You know, Hydra's can't catch it, so.
You know what's funny about the Banshee is basically it forces everybody to change their game plan when they see it.
Yeah.
Because you know if it's going to be 1, if it's going to be 2 or 3,
Is it
if it's
going
going
to
to
be
have
cloaked?
cloaked.
Yeah. These Marines microing quite well against the Roaches, who are microing quite well against Marines. It's a never-ending cycle of good micro.
Again with the Evolution Chamber over here, he likes to just upgrade those Roaches.
Yeah, you know, Mike, upgrades are so important. You know, especially if you're not just trying to go like Baneling intensive play, you really do need the upgrades. Banelings, they kind of ignore upgrades because they just explode and do a ton of damage, but when you have a lot of little units doing smaller amounts of damage, those upgrades become more and more important. And look at this, next Drug being forced at his natural into the Spore he feels. It's like, oh god, I have to do it. There's a Banshee coming. But JinRo, that is his only plan for the Banshee, I believe, is just making the 1. Because at the wall, and you see he has switched his tech lab.
Interesting. Here cometh the Banshee.
Yep, just scouting for any lings that may be out, any expansions that may be going up. Doesn't want, he's just kind of keeping next Drug honest, you know?
Well, he's making sure Zerg is stuck inside of his base. Note this is not a Zerg that keeps a lot of Overlords out around the map, except for this Overseer.
And that Banshee taking quite a bit of damage. Now the Queen can kill it. It's going to have to run away. But still, it's just going to do a good job scouting in the middle of the map, especially considering the style of next Drug. We haven't really seen him want to go mutas yet. Much prefers the Roach.
Now with the Hydra Den, he's going for some intense ground here. And remember, Marines are pretty good against Hydras.
Yeah, they are quite good.
Whereas the, you know, Roach, well, Marauder and Roach are kind of interesting the way they interact, but Lings are much better against Marauders.
Yeah.
But a ton of Roaches in the front could tank all the damage for, you know, something like a Hydra, for instance.
Very true. Now Queen's chasing off that Banshee as he was hitting the Roach. Now a lot of upgrades going on for Drug. He's getting +1 range attack, +1 ground carapace, burrow, and Roach speed. So really investing into this Roach Hydra army.
Now with the Terran, we have 3 racks, 1 with a tech lab, Marauders, tanks. The big question is, when is he going to push? Is JinRo going to mess this up like last time and push in an inappropriate moment? Zerg still has 2 base. Terran's on 2 base. That means Terran has to just wait.
I think Terran, this time JinRo, is going to play a very good game. I love that army right there. I love it upgrading the +1 vehicles attack. I think this means that we are going to see him play a slow and steady game. You know, go out there, take your third in the middle of the map, make a planetary, and start pushing out from there. In the meantime, notice he's loading up the medevac, going to do a little bit of drop harassment. Looks like a very solid idea from JinRo on exactly what he wants to do this game. And that Banshee just being so annoying. Look at that. Removing a couple creep tumors. And here comes a Hydra.
Hydras chase him off. Zerg's still sticking with 2 base, getting that additional hatchery, as Artosis said. Oh, Artosis.
Look at that. Marine drop. Maybe waiting for a specific time.
JinRo, not doing a bad job. 6 kills with that. Okay,
Yep.
Overseer.
He's probably going to go ahead and goop something. Never mind. He's
Oh.
going to die instead.
See you in hell, Overseer.
Yeah. All he saw was a bunch of Marines. Now, Drug needs to think about getting a third. Right now, he's kind of becoming all-in-ish. You know, he does have +2 range attack going. He does have +2 carapace going.
They're
He has-
even on food exactly, by
Yeah.
the way. 131 to 131.
and a third hatch in the main. So Drug is ridiculously droned up. In fact, look at this drone saturation. He has 75 drones against just 59 SCVs. And, excuse me, his plan at this point, what it looks like is, okay, I want JinRo to come out and attack, and I want you to just crush an army. And that's what he's getting ready for. He might even max out off 2 base, but realistically, if he doesn't have a third out and JinRo decides to slow play it, you know, just come out safely, take a third base, turtle up, then Drug is going to be pretty much dead.
I don't get what Drug's plan is here. You know, he's like, is he just going to make roaches and hydras and hope he wins? You know, these valleys are pretty narrow. It's not like you can get a nice, easy flank on him. In fact, it's quite the opposite. It's pretty hard.
Yeah, that's right. Now, we do have the Banshee harassing the expansion.
9 kills
9
now.
kills now. Yeah.
It's a corporal.
I know, man. It's just
Same
moving up
rank
the
as some of the
ranks.
players in our tournament. And, God, this is a pretty
JinRo
considerable
making
army.
a ton of units, and the supply
10
is
away
so
from being
close.
oh, no, excuse me.
168 for
168.
JinRo, 177 for Drug. And it is looking like both of them may not be wanting a third base. Oh, never mind. JinRo is being smart, Tasteless.
And he is going to take this command center over here.
That's right. He's got a lot of siege tanks being made too. Very smart move. He sees all these roaches, all these hydras, getting 2 factory siege tanks going. And those are going to be able to just plaster the army of Drug as long as he's very slow, very methodical about it. Now, Drug taking his third base at a similar time.
This would be the good moment for Terran to try to attack, or at least siege push forward.
Yeah. You know what I want to see here out of our Zerg players? The upgrade of draws.
Drop.
Oh, pretty bad drop.
Yeah, not a very good drop.
In the middle of the map now.
Get ready.
I don't think he's going to attack into that. That is... There are so many siege tanks, Tasteless, with +1 attack.
There's a hatch over here. Siege tanks just making a little line over here. He doesn't have to get that far to start hitting this hatchery. I don't know if this is the best place to expand to for our Zerg friend. Here we go.
And he's engaging with just parts of his army. The siege tanks doing a great job. These roaches in the front hitting the Marines, and he is going after the siege tanks. But JinRo's army, it is made to crush this, and crush this he will. JinRo takes a commanding lead. In fact, look at those supplies, 171 to 98. Oh, wow, JinRo, he waited just exactly long enough, got those siege tanks out, and just crushed through next drug.
JinRo has done it. It looks like he's going to win this. Zerg is stuck off just this measly base. Meanwhile, we have this fresh expansion over here for JinRo. JinRo will go on to the round of 32. I hope you guys sent in some awesome questions so that Artosis can ask him for this interview.
You know,
Stim again.
Still running around with roaches, but obviously Marauder's not going to let them get away.
As you said, Artosis, you have dreams that you're running from or rather nightmares that you're running from a Marauder.
Can't
but
get
then
away,
you can't
man.
get away because
Keep
it
slowing
slows
me
you
down.
down with those concussive grenades.
Yeah. And
Wow.
next drug's going to have to GG. You know, I understand what he's trying to do with the strategy, but the way he attacked into those siege tanks was
It was painful.
one of the worst moves I've seen. Really, you have to be so careful where you engage the army when doing an all-in, you know, army buster strategy like this. Just look at all those siege tanks.
Siege tanks are moving forward.
And JinRo, man, he has defeated a really good opponent, even if we didn't see, you know, the absolute perfect play from him in all 3 games. Drug is a great player, and JinRo has manhandled him.
Props to JinRo. And these guys are just getting shot down. There it is, GG. Wow.
And JinRo takes the match, very happy with himself, 2-1 over next Drug. Good work, JinRo.
Wow. JinRo did it, just like Liquid Ret.
I'm sure all the kids on TeamLiquid.net are slapping their hands together over their
Banging the
keyboards.
tables and
Yes, JinRo!
JinRo.
And then they're like, JinRo Onage. Just like, no, you already said TL Onage. Sorry. Maybe JinRo. My God, you're amazing.
JinRo MG. JinRo, wow, he was so good in that. That was really exciting. It's good to know that we have another person that's outside of Korea.
Yeah.
Going to
Rhett
the round.
is through.
Yep.
Sen is through. And now we have JinRo going through. Hey Pro,
3
the only one
players.
losing so far. Idra playing later today. We'll have to see if he can make it through as well.
I think he can do it.
That would be awesome at 4 in the round of 32.
Oh, that'd be so
Already
cool.
the most ever
Yeah.
with 3.
Non-Korea, the rest of the world representing, trying to muscle their way in here. And we got some guys doing it. Pretty exciting. Well, we got 2 more best of 3s, then a break. And then we have another 4 later on tonight.
That's
so
right.
guys,
Don't go anywhere.
Don't go anywhere unless
We know we aren't.
You probably gonna have time to get some Pop-Tarts.
Yeah,
Microwave a
Pop-Tarts.
Pop-Tart. That's
Yeah.
probably okay.
Be careful, though.
Be careful.
Because once you take a Pop-Tart out of the toaster tasteless,
It's hot.
that middle stuff is hotter than the surface of the sun.
Oh, yeah, it's quite hot. So you might have time for that or something like that. Maybe get some fruit roll-ups while you're watching these games. Get a bag of M&Ms.
Fruit
maybe.
roll-ups are for rich people tasteless. I never had those.
I know it's for those wealthy families.
But we do have an interview with JinRo coming up. So obviously you're not going to go anywhere. He's going to be so happy, man. Remember I interviewed him after he qualified. Guy was ecstatic. He was like wiggly and stuff. So I cannot wait to see. He's gone on to the round of 32. Great showing so far. Really good play that round. And the interview is coming up in just a moment.
That's right. So, guys, after we close this out, like I said, there's still some time for you guys to get, maybe a fruit roll-up or a Pop-Tart. But other than that, don't miss this. Because, it's funny. My family never gave me fruit roll-ups either, actually.
We were poor.
It was always the rich kids, actually,
was.
that had the fruit roll-ups, isn't it?
I know, yeah. These things are expensive, man.
Yeah, man. All right, guys. Catch you guys later.
Must be dementia that you ever thought you could touch our credentials. What's the initials?
QB Jam Rock, the lyrical official. Send out the order, laws and the rituals.
Burn candles, say prayers, paint murals. It is truth, we big news, we hood heroes.
So as the anchor, we come.